Welcome to Blender 4.5 course. In this video, I will cover animation in Blender. You can access to all chapters and the other parts from the playlist here, and also the link is in the description. Animation actually is any motion in Blender. For instance, adding a movement or rotation motion to this cube, or a complicated animation for a human or creature muscles, or creating a motion graphic in Blender. Everything which has any motion is called animation. And the most important part for the animation is the timeline, the window we have here. If you don't have this window, you can open it in the animation tab and timeline. Actually, right click and close area and open a window by dragging the corner. Alright, here we have a new window and switch to the timeline. Here in the timeline we have some numbers, a number here, and a number here. What are these numbers? These numbers up here is the frames. Actually 30 frames means 1 second, and in some cases 60 frames are 1 second. This number stands for this line. If we move this line, we can see the number is changing, and this shows the current frame we are placed. Right, this is the start frame. We can set it to 20. Actually the animation will start from frame 20, and this is the end frame, and actually the animation ends at this frame 250. We can play the animation using this button or space key on the keyboard, or play the animation actually reverse, or using the Control Shift and Space keys on the keyboard. And I don't want to explain these buttons because I didn't explain about the keyframes currently. Alright, we can press N to hide this panel. Now let's add a movement to the cube. I will upload every chapter of the course every week, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification to know about the new chapters and new tutorials. Want to move the cube, for example, from this point to this point. We can do it in two different ways. But the main concept is specifying the starting point, the starting frame. Actually, you need to specify which one of these numbers are the starting frame of your animation. I want to start from 0. Here we need a concept called keyframe, animation keyframes. And we need to add an keyframe for movement animation on the point we want to add a motion. Here at 0, I want to add a position, a motion, this position. So I can press this button, which is the auto keyframe. It will detect your movement, and if you have any motion, it will add a keyframe for the type of the motion you are using it. For example, if I move the cube, here you can see we have a move keyframe, and if I expand the cube action, as you can see we have a keyframe in the type of object transformation and location. Actually it will insert for the X location, Y and Z, all of them, because the location is integrated with these 3 axes. Alright, now let's collapse them, and here you can see we have a keyframe and we can move it by selecting them and moving them anywhere. If you don't want to set them to 0, you can move them, not remove them, and add another keyframe. And if you don't need a keyframe, you can delete it using the delete key on your keyboard. Alright, now it's time to move it to here, to this point, and I want to specify the finish step here. Here 60 is good, I guess, and move it here. Alright, as you can see, we have another keyframe, and now if I move the time bar, as you can see, we have an animation here. Or press space to see animation. If we want another keyframe at this point, we can easily edit and add a motion in the x-axis. Here, let's see, we have this motion, and at this point I want to move it again along the x-axis, and here we have this result. If you want to rotate the cube, you need to add another keyframe, because the current keyframe is useful for position and location changing, not other transformation attributes like rotation, scale, and so on. You can press rotate. We can go to the rotate, press shift space and rotate, and here we can move the cube. But be careful about something. For example, if you don't have a starting point and start from here, for instance, and move the cube, as you can see, we don't have any movement, because this is the starting point for the rotation, and we don't want this. I want to start from 0. It's arbitrary, you can start from everywhere you want, but I want to start from 0, and this is not ideal. Let's remove the key, alright, and start from 0. This is the starting point. Actually, I want to start from rotation 0 for 3 axis, and the question is how to apply the starting keyframe, which I want to set all of the rotation values at the start point to 0, not a value, because actually we need a motion to add the keyframe. So we can add a little movement. Here we have the movement. Actually, we can add a little rotation, and here we have a new keyframe for the rotation, and set it to 0 again. I still have the rotation keyframe and didn't remove, and here we have the 0 value for the rotation, and here we can change the rotation, and as you can see, we have this result. And for the 60 frame, we can set it to 0 again. We have this result. Alright, now let's focus on the second method to add animations. Let's remove all the keyframes, and here instead of auto keyframe, we can use I key on the keyboard. Using I key, you can add custom or manual keyframes. For example, move your mouse on the attribute you want to add keyframe and press I. And here we have a custom keyframe. And for the next keyframe, we can add another keyframe. And here we have 2 keyframes, and you can easily move your cube. And for the next keyframe, we can change the location of the timeline, and here move the cube. Now press the I key on the location again, and we have the movement. Here we have complexity in adding motion, but actually everything is manual, and we can prevent from random motions, because the auto keyframe can result in adding unexpected motions. But with the manual keyframes, we have more options, and we can add keyframe on any field we want. For instance, let's add another window and go to the shader editor, press N to hide this panel, And here we have this material for the cube. Go to the material view. All right, I want to change the base color, and I can't use auto keying. Actually, I want to change the base color based on the time. For example, 0 is white and 40 is red, 80 is green, and we can't use auto key. We need to press I. Here for the 0, press I, and actually you can see the yellow effect like this, and this is the keyframe, and move the timeline to 40 and change the color to orange and press I again. And as you can see, the color is changing, and at 80 we have green. As you can see, we have this effect. And actually, using the manual keyframes, we can add keyframes anywhere we want. You can add interesting motions with the manual keyframes. For example, you can change the metallic, roughness, and other attributes based on the time. We have a tab called animation, which it gives you more control on the animations. For instance, we have a specific window here. It is a dope sheet, and you can apply more adjustments on the animations. But we have other windows. For example, the most important window is the graph editor. And it's actually complicated, but if you work with it a lot, you can easily adjust the animations and apply many effects you want. Let's explain the structure and the concept of the curves in the animation. As you can see, the green color represents the Y axis, and the other colors, as you can see, it's a constant line because we don't have any motion for the X and Z. Let's expand the window and press N to hide the panel, and here we can change the curve. Here, if we change the curve like this, as you can see, we have a faster acceleration. And if we change it like this, we have this acceleration. It goes back and then goes forward. And actually, this curve works with the value. You need to see the values. Let's see. Move the timeline and see the Y. As you can see, Y is increasing. Actually, the Y value represents the position of the Y curve, and here increasing and then decreasing. You can adjust the curve based on your needs. For instance, if you want a cartoonish motion, you can adjust the curve just like this. As you can see, we have a different motion, and it's good and look like a cartoonish effect, and we can change the endpoint curve and actually change the end point. As you can see, we have a cartoonish movement just by adjusting the curve. In fact, these are the keyframes, but represents in a shape of a curve, and everything in the timeline equals to this view, but in a curve view. And we can delete every keyframe, move the keyframes, and add keyframes using the auto key or I key. Also, we can apply group changes. For example, selecting all the nodes and right click, and here we have many options: mirroring the curve, duplicating the keyframes, deleting the keyframes. Actually, we can use delete key on your keyboard or Shift for duplicating. You know about the I key already. And easing type could change the shape of the curves. For example, ease in means we have a slower initial point and a faster motion for the end point. Ease out is a faster initial point, and ending point is smoother and slower. and so on. Also, you can change the interpolation mode. For instance, constant. As you can see, we don't have any animation, but at the end point, it will go to your desired position. Or you can use linear. We have this structure, no easing out or easing in. Or Bezier is custom option, which we can change the curves. And we have other shapes, circular like this, or quadratic, and so on. Let's set it to Bezier. We have copy option, paste option to copy the keyframes and pasting. For instance, in this point here, press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. And as you can see, we've repeated the animation. And actually we have a paste flipped. Let's see, paste flipped, or press Ctrl Shift and we have this effect. Alright, this is all we have in the basics of the animation in Blender. Actually, you know about the animations right now, and you just need creativity. For instance, with working with the curves and adding beautiful effects, beautiful animations for every object you want. But I will work on the other animations to make you more familiar with this concept.